Good evening, high school hockey fans, and welcome to our latest presentation of the PIHL Class AAA. Tonight from Printscape Arena in South Point, Pennsylvania, it's the Peters Township Indians against the Pine-Richland Rams in a rematch of opening night in which the Rams certainly sent a message with a big 8-goal win over PT. Well, this time the game is at South Point as opposed to Warrendale, so Peters Township obviously aiming for higher and better than what they experienced the first night of the season. But it's been a tale of two seasons for Peters Township this year. And by the way, this is Matt Gajtka, and this is Peters Township Hockey on petershockey.tv and simulcasting on berghockey.com, Berg Hockey Live. And thanks again to those platforms for giving us the opportunity. But Peters Township at home has been flawless so far. And fortunately for them, they have, for the first time this year, 2 home games in a row coming up. Tonight against Pine-Richland and next Tuesday against Erie Cathedral Prep. But through 11 games, Pine-Richland hasn't lost here at Printscape. They're 5-0, and they have been pouring in the goals, including last time out against Seneca Valley, nearly putting 10 on the board and scoring 4 out of their 9 goals while shorthanded. It was an incredible performance. They got 3 shorthanded goals on the same Seneca Valley power play to put that game away early in the third period. I could hardly believe my eyes. But Pine-Richland proves to be, or it has proven to be, a really tough foe, and I expect an outstanding matchup tonight. Pine-Richland may trail Peters Township by 5 points in the Class AAA standings, and if we look at that right now, it's North Allegheny on top by itself with 18 points, a record of 9-1, but there's Peters Township in second place right behind him with a mark of 7-3-1. Pine-Richland 5 points behind, like I mentioned, in 5th place with a record of 5-2, but you may wonder, well, why just 7 games? Well, that's just the vagaries of the schedule. Pine-Richland's tied with Seneca Valley for the fewest games played. Meanwhile, Peters Township is tied with Mount Lebo for the most games played in AAA. So don't let that spread in the standings deceive you. In fact, with that record of 5-2, Pine-Richland actually has a better points percentage on a per-game basis than Peters Township does. It's 714 points percentage for Pine-Richland and 681 for Peters Township. So really these teams are on even footing. And if you're on the Pine-Richland side of things, if you're wearing green tonight, you would argue that Pine-Richland has the leg up, right? They beat Peters Township 8-1 on opening night. We saw on that evening at Barrel Ice Complex, Carson Kalpakis, the senior, get 3 of what is now a 7-goal year for him. Also, Michael Mengine had 2 of his 4 goals on that night as well. However, on the other hand, Peters Township outshot Pine-Richland in that opening matchup, 39-28, and that's been a theme all year for Peters Township. 11 opponents they've faced, and they have outshot all 11 of them, including last time on the ice for Peters Township, last Monday against Mount Lebo at the Mount Lebo Ice Complex. PT led 2-0, but ended up falling in a shootout 3-2. That's the second time in 3 games, in fact, that Peters Township has squandered a 2-goal lead at the midway point. This time, at least they got a point for the effort in the standings. Maxwell Kness and Chase Stauffer. Stauffer stayed hot with a shorthanded goal. They got PT on top, but special teams let down the Indians that night. 0 for 3 on the power play they were, and they were 3 for 4 on the penalty kill, but that one power play goal came with about 4 minutes left for Mount Lebo, and eventually the Blue Devils picked up the win in the shootout. That's the first overtime result of the season for Peters Township. So more than halfway through the 20-game season, PT off to a fine start, but one thing they'd like to shore up is defending. So far, it's been uncharacteristic to see a Rick Tingle team give up over 3 goals per game, but that's where Peters Township is at right now at 3.2 against per outing. That's 8 out of 11 teams, but Peters Township, as usual, is pumping in the goals on the offensive end. 4.4 on average, led by a couple of players who are really rising to the occasion here in their first varsity seasons. Ben Kovac, 8 goals and 16 total points. He's just a sophomore. It's his first go-around at this level. He's tied for 3rd in Class AAA scoring with his freshman teammate, William Tomko. Tomko's got 9 assists, tied for the team lead, and also 16 points right there with Ben Kovac. On the other side of the coin, you've got Pine-Richland. I mentioned Carson Kalpakis and Michael Mengine. That's 2 of their top scorers. Kalpakis with 7 goals in 7 games. He's one of just 4 players in Class AAA at a goal per game pace. In fact, there are just a couple who are ahead of him. So he's a player to watch, number 86 in green tonight. Also, Alex Erlane, a forward, a senior, he has 10 points, including a team-best 8 assists to lead this squad. Pine-Richland special teams good on the penalty kill. They're second in the league, but they're third from the bottom in power play. They've only scored twice on 17 attempts. However, last time around, they got a power play goal in beating Cannon McMillan 8-3, keeping the Big Macs in the basement of Class AAA. Gabriel Uchak and Joshua Fulmer each scored twice, and Alex Erlane had 4 assists. Yes, 4 assists. Daniel Mooney in net, and I'm assuming he's going to be in net again tonight because he's played every minute of every game for Pine-Richland and head coach Jordan Albert. As for Peters Township, it's been a timeshare in goal between the junior, Nolan Hilbert, number 29, and the sophomore, Kyle Thomas. Thomas has played more, but Hilbert has gotten a couple recent starts, including a shutout of Central Catholic just a couple of weeks ago right here at Printscape. Last 2 games for Peters Township, they have put 15 goals on the board at home. Meanwhile, on the road, a mere record of 2-3-1. So they're happy to be home, but also as the second half of the season gets underway here, they'll be trying to improve that road mark. Okay, our referees are ready. I'm ready to go. This is Matt Gajtka with the call on PetersHockey.tv. Thank you again to Todd Kazarowski and 10-Band TV for putting on the show from on-site. And we're off and running with Peters Township in possession of the puck. A quick backhand shot, save, rebound, and shove just wide of Nolan Hilbert, who had to make his first save. I don't think he had to make a second one, though. Good opportunity for the Rams right off the start of this game. Wrister from Kalpakis, that was blocked. Out near the point. Peters Township in the white, Pine-Richland in the green, as you probably would imagine. Two traditional powers in not just hockey, but really Western Pennsylvania high school sports. Offside here against Pine-Richland, delayed offside, and the call will be made. We'll get a stoppage with 16:26 to go in the first period. So Nolan Hilbert in goal for PT. He's got a record of 1-1 and an .848 save percentage to go with that one shutout. And for Pine-Richland, as expected, Daniel Mooney, a .932 save percentage that ranks second in Class AAA. He's been a big part of Pine-Richland's success. They're giving up just 2 goals per game, 2.0 even, and that's tied for first in the league with North Allegheny. So lofty company, worthy company for Pine-Richland for sure. As, like I said, they've collected a lot of points from the games they've played. They just haven't played very much. So they still have 13 games to go. Meanwhile, Peters Township has just 9 counting tonight. So that sets the scene. Here we go now as Camden Martin tried to pull it around a ram, and he did. Martin to his backhand, and he missed the goal on that shot from the left side. Got it in behind the net. Chipped by Martin past Jordan Spear, the Pine-Richland defender. Now we're on the near wing here. On the battle, it's again number 91, Camden Martin. Martin with 9 points on the season. Can't connect on that pass, though, and the Rams clear. Minute and a half gone. We play 17-minute periods in PIHL high school hockey. Exit pass from Mana for Pine-Richland just finds a Peters Township stick. So back and forth we go. Chasing behind his own goal, Spear once more. Long shift for him. The Rams at 5-2. Coming off that big win against Cannon Mac. And now they escape out the center. And it'll be number 63, Jack Breisinger. Breisinger burrows into the corner with the puck. Knocked off his stick. Past Kalpakis and out of the neutral zone again. Luke Castiola harassing one of the Rams. That forces the puck way back into Pine-Richland territory. On this near side, ladled out to center by the Rams. And goes too far. That'll be whistled down on what I thought was going to be an icing, but we might have something else here. We're going to drag the faceoff back into Pine-Richland real estate, so I guess it was an icing call. Again, this is Matt Gajtka calling the game remotely, coming from Grand Rapids, Michigan, through the miracle of the internet. Happy to be doing it once again. I've had all the home games on PetersHockey.tv. Matt Popchak has had the majority of the road games, so thanks to the other Matt in this tandem, as we pass the baton back and forth. It has been truly a baton pass because we've had alternating home and road games throughout the first half of this season. Another icing here against Pine-Richland, so we'll do it again at our down to our right, I should say. Colin Kimberling back to retrieve that puck for Peters Township, but it didn't matter. Rick Tingle, the coach of PT, assisted by Cliff Bumford and Chris Claxon. Peters Township has alternated wins and losses over its past 6 games, according to whether they're at home or on the road. Although last time out, they did get that point from getting it to overtime. When you play just 20 games, believe me, even just getting a point is huge. Every game, extremely high leverage. Back to take this one, Esai Morse, the senior defenseman. Bangs it off the wall. Here come the Rams with some speed. Long-range wrist shot and melted down by Hilbert. No further play. Opportunity down the wing, but Hilbert held his ground and no rebound. That's all you can ask from your goaltender. I brought up special teams for the Rams, hot and cold. For PT, same deal. The penalty kill is worst in Class AAA, allowing 7 goals on 30 opportunities against, but the power play is second at 22%, 9 for 41. Chance here for a turning shot by Fulmer, one of the top guns for the Rams. Got into the middle, now a centering pass, and punched just wide of the net from the slot. Good look there for the Rams as Pine-Richland has come to play for sure. You knew they would. And Gabriel Uchak hammered that shot wide. He had the chance. Back it's Jordan Spear again for it. Hands off to his D partner, Zach Howard, the sophomore. To the middle, and 68 Michael Mengine nearly turned it over and did turn it over. Now the Rams have to work a little bit harder to get it out of their zone, and they find a way to toss it down the ice, but that goes for an icing call. These little plays sometimes, and you may think no harm, no foul there, but now Pine-Richland has to face a face-off in its own territory. That's why you hear coaches harping on puck management all the time, whether it's high school all the way up to the NHL, because it's important, particularly coming out of your own end. You don't want to be just chipping it off the glass. You don't want to be giving it away, certainly. It just forces you to work all the harder to get the puck back. It's hard to get the puck. You want to keep it if you can. Chance for Martin in front of the goal, and there's a stop by Mooney as he got his gloves up. Couldn't tell which one got in front of it. And another icing call against the Rams. 4 minutes gone in period number 1. No score from Printscape Arena. PT still has a couple of home games after this one, or pardon me, a couple of games, period, after this one before the holiday break. They've got Erie Cathedral Prep paying a visit. Their second matchup of the season against the Ramblers next Tuesday. And then Seneca Valley on the road before the students adjourn for Christmas and the New Year, however you may celebrate. We are getting close to that time of the year, and PT's played a ton of games. How about another icing call? 4 in a row here against Pine-Richland. We continue to skate 5-on-5. Pine-Richland's only losses on the season to Seneca Valley, usually quite stout, although not the last time we saw them here at Printscape. That was jarring to watch Peters Township put 9 on the board against the Raiders, but everyone's entitled to an off night, I suppose. And the other loss for Pine-Richland is to North Allegheny, the top team, the top dog, the defending champ, as far as the Penguins Cup goes. So again, a strong resume coming in for Pine-Richland. They've got a lot of real estate left in front of them on the schedule, so they can look at it that way. They have plenty of opportunities to pick up points. This is going to be offside here as Erlane tried to carry in, but one of his teammates was well ahead of the play. And for Peters Township, the 7-3-1 record, yeah, pretty solid. They've been a little bit better. They've been a little bit worse at this point in recent seasons. But as always, right there in the playoff mix. And while other teams may have games in hand on them, they've done a pretty good job to this point to get where they are. And they can feel confident about having the points on the board. So you can look at it from a positive slant either way. As they work behind the net here, Kazarowski wanted to center it, but that was picked off. And here are the Rams. It's a 2-on-1 if they rush. An opportunity and a wrist shot goes over the top. Good chance there for, I believe, that was Sean Peacock parading down the right wing. Right-handed shooter. But he missed the goal. Now Chiramonte wanted to center it. Couldn't do it. Daniel Muldoon was there too, but the Rams have to backtrack. Actually, that was Hayden Snyder, pardon me, who got that shot. And now Snyder tries to dump it in. And it's just fed along by Peters Township back up into the Ram zone. Swung away from pressure by Jordan Spear. And on the relay, it's Snyder shooting in and going off obediently for a line change. 11:20 to go in the first period. As you see, we have that helpful scoreboard cam overlaid. It's a professional operation, folks. What do you expect? I know I'm spoiled by that. Ironically, as this one goes for an icing against Pine-Richland again, it's easier for me to follow how much time is left from here in Michigan than it was at Printscape because of those overhanging heaters that are there over the bleachers. They would always get in my way when I was standing at center ice, and I tried to scope out how much time was left. So, again, chalk one up to broadband and technology. Back trying to defend here is Peters Township, and it'll be Maxwell Caleb Kovac, actually. He escaped out to center. And guess what? Icing against Pine-Richland. That's got to be at least 6, maybe 7 in this first period. First 6 minutes and 9 seconds. So Pine-Richland's had a couple of rushes, but when they try to pass it out of their own zone, it hasn't worked. They've misfired. And of course, when you only play once a week, a little bit of leeway there. Martin charging in, short side shot, and Mooney held his ground. But as I was saying, when you play once a week, sometimes you see the rustiness early, and here's an 8th icing call against Pine-Richland. Peters Township has been incredible on home ice on the offensive side. They had 6 against Mount Lebo. They had 6 against Central Catholic. They had 9 against Seneca Valley. They scored 7 against North Allegheny. It's been defending at times where they've had a weakness, but when you're pumping in the goals like they have, you can cover up for a lot of ills. Here's a chance for Mertens, pulling it to his forehand, and he's denied by Mooney. Right at the top of his crease, and he holds on to it. Daniel Mooney. It's going to be a tough nut to crack in the Pine-Richland net tonight, you figure, looking at the season stats. PR, a few seasons ago, was actually in AA. When I first started calling Peters Township games in 2015-16, they were in AAA, but they were dropped down. The PIHL class system is purely merit-based, so if you win, you move up. If you lose, you go down. That's just how it works. That's why the Butler Golden Tornado are now down in AA, and we welcome the Baldwin Highlanders this season to AAA. And in fact, Baldwin beat Peters Township. PT will get a chance at a rematch later, but in their first meeting with the Highlanders in a long time, they fell. So just because you're a newcomer doesn't mean you're going to be a soft opponent. Mertens banging this pass ahead. It deflects off of a ram. Charging after it was Cooper Slavin, the Peters Township captain, but he was dispossessed. Here are the Rams, and Desjardins with the shoot-in. Got over the red line that time, and, well, Hilbert wanted to hold it for a second, but there were no Rams in the vicinity, so he had to move it. 9:25 to go in a scoreless first period. Mertens dropped his stick, so the Rams get the chip and charge game going. A couple of green shirts in behind the goal, Hayden Snyder among them. Snyder there with Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte battling behind the net with Kobe Ringwald, one of the leaders on this Peters Township team. Ringwald trying to flush him out, but Chiaramonte will center, and that's off a skate. Ripped off the boards and out to center ice. Mana cross rink for Pine-Richland. Shot from distance, missed the net. And Peachy tries to get it revved up, Ben Kovac. Kovac lead pass, but Tomko couldn't drag it into the middle of the ice. Now Kovac knocks it down. Here's Camden Martin. Poked off his blade. And the Rams get it clear. Richard Woods, the junior defender, makes the pass across on his backhand. It was a good one. But play broken up. Michael Mangine over the line. Lost control of the puck for Pine-Richland. 8:16 to go in the first period. Quick moving, no penalties, no goals, obviously. As you can see the scoreboard there. Here's Tomko trying to change all that. Left the pass off for Kovac, but the puck drifted away from him. Martin at the point. Now Ben Kovac. Ben Kovac, 8 goals on the year. Centering play. Rister on the way from Kimberling. That was blocked out high. The Rams escorted out to neutral ice. But Tomko with a strong steal. Pulled it right away from Gabriel Uchak. Tomko pulling to the outside. Tomko wanted to center that one and did, but that hit a leg and then a stick. And out with it come the visitors. Mana leading it ahead for Mangine into the corner. Michael Mangine wearing that number 68 that we know so well here in Pittsburgh. Reisinger, the handoff to Mangine. Out to the point it goes. Shot on goal, and Hilbert kicked it away. Another chance here from Engine, and Hilbert made the save from the left face-off dot. Good opportunities for the Rams. Two teams joust a bit here in a highly competitive first period. Icing again against Pine-Richland, make it 9. The one area in which it's lopsided right now is icings. I want to say Peters Township has 1, and Pine-Richland's getting close to double digits. Not to overstate the case, but you just don't want to be digging out of your own territory all the time. Especially not this many in quick succession. And Peters Township, although they've been dangerous more off the rush than in zone this season, they can make it work off the cycle game too. Backhanded off the glove of one of the Indians, Bamitzrider. Mike Bamitzrider getting an appearance here, his 4th of the season. But here's a stuff try for the Rams on the far side. That was fended off by Hilbert. Now a slap shot. That goes wide of a crowd in front. 6.5 to play in the first period. Play to an open wing, but Kness isn't going to be able to get there in time. Kazarowski trying to check Breisinger, and does. But Breisinger swings it across. And a wrister from Howard goes into the mix, and it's stopped there by Hilbert. Puck's flushed up the boards. And down and out. Both teams completing line changes during this 5-on-5 action. Esai Morris gunned it around the wood. Comes to a rest on this near side. Scooped there by Desjardins, but plucked off his stick. It'll be hoisted into this near corner where Jacob Smiga chases after it. Smiga getting an opportunity as well as Bamitzrider. We haven't seen either one of them very much. I don't think I've seen either one of them in a home game. Maybe Smiga before. Every player on the roster, though, has played at least a couple of games for Rick Tingle's PT Indians. In behind the net, here's Caleb Kovac. One of the Kovac brothers, but his pass was errant to a vacant point on this near side. Carson Alexander has to backpedal. There's a couple of Alexanders on the squad, too. Carson, the senior defender, and Andrew, the sophomore forward. Andrew recently got his first varsity goal. I believe that was against Central Catholic. Side of the net play, broken up by the Tribe. 5:11 to go. Here's a strong move out by the line. And a wrister by Morse. That missed, but he kept the puck well out by the blue line. Bodies bang in the corner. It'll be Kovac for Peters Township. Caleb Kovac hoisting it out of danger. Two players chase back for it. Aiden Bonvenuto cracks it out to center. It's a 2-on-2 rush for Pine-Richland. And they're offside, just barely pushing the envelope. Muldoon and negated that rush coming from Chiaramonte. This is one of 2 Class AAA games tonight as we work our way into December, end of the first week of the 12th month. Month number 3, if you're talking about the hockey schedule, though. And this will be wristed into the offensive zone by Mana. Woods. Hard pass goes right through a teammate, but there to pick it off the wall is Chase Stoffer, the senior. Stoffer goes cross ring. It'll be Slavin. Hanging it off to Stoffer. Stoffer 3 goals all in the past 6 games for him. He's liked home ice, too. He scored here 2 times in a row. He gets another chance off the handoff pass, but that shot hit the outside of the goal frame. Little dish pass from Ryder Mertens, and now Cooper Slavin keeps it alive. Puck comes back to him. Slavin knocked down from behind. Play continues on. 4:05 to play in the first. Woods will have to chase this one back, and this will not be an icing this time, as Woods, the right-handed defenseman, makes a strong lead pass, and on the breakout, Peters Township will simply dump in. Play in the middle of the ice for Pine-Richland, and they do find a way to get out of the zone. Now it's Mengine going cross-rink with that one, looking for Uchak, but it right under his stick. Uchak hacking in the corner, prying this puck loose against Mertens of Peters Township. Stoffer got it past Uchak, and it's a one-on-one opportunity back the other way. Slavin, end of a long shift. He wanted to just shoot that into the corner, and he does. Chases after it to allow his teammates to change up behind him with 3:16 to go in the opening frame. Zach Howard peels away with the puck, though, for Pine-Richland. To Spear. Jordan Spear clears it around the near side wall. But the Rams can't make anything happen in the neutral zone. Tomko, the shifty freshman, dish pass on the backhand, but it's intercepted. Tomko, 16 points in his first 11 varsity games. Here's a penalty coming up, our first of the night, with 2:52 to go in the period, and it's going to go against the home team. Tripping is the call. And it'll be against William Tomko out at center ice. So Pine-Richland gets its 9th-ranked power play revved up. 12%, give or take. 2 for 17 are the numbers to know. Peters Township penalty killing. They've allowed 7 goals on 30 opportunities against. That's just 77%. And that's 11th out of 11 teams in the league. But they get a quick clear here off a clean face-off win. Good start. Barreling back forward here and backhanding was Ben Kovac. Just dribbled it out over the blue line. Forcing Pine-Richland to regroup. They'll try this near wing, will the Rams. Shot around by Kalpakis. To the far side, and Alex Erlane setting up shot. He's got a man in the middle, that's Esai Morris. Near wing, it's Kalpakis one-timing one. And that hits something and caromed high into the screen, out of play. Half minute gone on the power play, and apparently off of a Ram last, so the faceoff comes out to center. This is Matt Gajtka on the play-by-play. Berg Hockey Live, simulcasting the PetersHockey.tv presentation from Printscape Arena in South Point, formerly known as the Isoplex. But it's been a while now. Just ages me when I say that, so we'll stick to Printscape. To the far wing, and a zone entry here for Esai Morris. Morris lowers the shoulder, now drops it on back, a shot, score! It got through traffic, and buried from the outside by Alex Erlane. Might not be his goal, but it looked like it zipped right in, off his blade. If it is his goal, it's the 3rd of his senior season, and Pine-Richland gets that power play goaling, just the 3rd time they've scored a power play goal this year in their 8th game. How about that shot? I think it was just traffic in front. I'm not sure there was a deflection. Either way, 1-0 Rams on the PPG. Erlane, not a huge windup either. I thought the puck was a little bit ahead of him, but he's certainly got every last bit of that. And the accuracy, just as important, more important, was on point. So the Rams score first, and now in the season series, the goal total is 9 for Pine-Richland and just 1 for Peters Township. You know, PT came in knowing that. Final 2 minutes of the period, back to 5-on-5. It's Caden Kazarowski clearing it across. Kness goes back beyond the net. Kazarowski wanted to wrap it, but he lost control of the puck. He would have had Mooney leading the wrong way, it appeared. Cassiola overskates for PT. And Pine-Richland gets it going again. Reisinger down the wing. Reisinger slowing down the pace, cutting inside, still on his stick. And it goes right into the glove of Hilbert, and he hangs on. Ended up being a good chance, and that change of pace can be tricky. Didn't look terribly threatening, but Peters Township couldn't get the puck off of Reisinger. Now the face-off from the left circle. And Snyder won it back, but right to a member of Peters Township. Here's Stauffer. Stauffer pulls up, has a look, centering it in front, and Mertens couldn't handle it. Handcuffed him a bit. Out to the line, held in there, bouncing puck shot to the corner. 1:07 to go in the first period. Rams had the lead here. No one's beaten Peters Township at home this season. In some cases, it hasn't even been close. Last couple especially. But Mount Lebo did take them to the wire, so did Bethel Park. They're not invincible, but in a lot of ways, just a totally different team here at home is Peters Township. On the positive side of things, a drive from the outside, that missed everything. 40 seconds left in the frame. Clearing pass from Daniel Muldoon goes off the stick of a Ram, so no icing here. We'll play on. Mertens latches onto this one just outside the Peters Township line. Force fed it ahead, and now chipped deep with 25 seconds to go before the buzzer. 1-0 Rams on an Alex Erlane power play goal. That's his 2nd power play goal of the season. Down to 15 seconds. Bamitz Ryder drilling it off the kick plate near wing. And maybe one last chance for the Rams. Snyder wanted to turn it back into traffic and did, but it was blocked off. And now fed away from the front of the net. pinching down Morse to keep it alive, but time's going to run out on the Rams there. 17 minutes in the books, and we have some chattering on the ice. Teeth chattering, and not because the players are cold, it's because they have something to say. Camden Martin was getting mixed up with a couple of men in green shirts. So we'll take a quick break. 1-0. Pine-Richland over Peters Township. PT's got some catching up to do here at home. Back with the second period shortly on PetersHockey.tv. Second period action, just moments away from Printscape Arena. Ready to face it off at the center circle. It's Erlane for Pine-Richland against William Tomko. It was Tomko who took the penalty that led to what I thought was Erlane's goal, but the official scorers have given it to Josh Fulmer. So, if so, that's his third goal of the season. He must have been the man in front to get a stick on it. Just touched it with the magic wand and deflected it past Nolan Hilbert in the Peters Township net. Fulmer scored a couple goals last time out for Pine-Richland, so he's hot. He got 2 against the Big Macs in that 8-3 win for Pine-Richland on home ice last Monday. And here's going to be a tripping call. This time Tomko's the one getting tripped by Pine-Richland. Turnabout at Printscape, and that'll send Peters Township to the power play for the first time tonight. This is Matt Gajtka on the play-by-play. Thank you for joining us. It's 10 Band TV's presentation of Peters Township Hockey. We are simulcasting on PetersHockey.tv and BergHockey.com. And I appreciate Mitch and Alan of BergHockey.com, Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, for giving us their platform. Quick drop of the puck, and off we go on the power play. Peters Township 22% on the season, but this pass is a little wild, and it'll force the Tribe to backtrack. Go to BergHockey.com for all your prep hockey coverage in Western Pennsylvania. Believe me, they do it better than anyone else, and it's not even close. Back to retrieve Kobe Ringwald. Watch out for him on the power play. He has 7 power play assists on the season. And he's got a power play goal, too. So 8 of the 9 PPGs scored by Peters Township this year, Ringwald has factored in on. Now there's a shot right in on Moody, and he gloves this down from the outside. Pine-Richland's penalty kill tied for second in the league. They've only allowed 3 goals. Shorthanded all season. And they do have a shorthanded goal to their credit. If I can find it right now. They do have 1 shorthanded goal scored. Drive from distance, rebound, score! Off the rebound, it's popped in from point blank. And 1 power play goal for Pine-Richland, 1 power play goal for Peters Township. We're knotted up, 1-1 at Printscape. A clean face-off win, as you see here on this replay. And guess who? Cooper Slavin, the captain, is the one who polishes it off from the near side, sliding it inside the left post for his 8th goal of the year, tying Ben Kovac for the team lead. For Slavin is second on the power play. Number 26, again, a nose for the net. Not afraid to go right to the doorstep, and in that case, it was the wise move. Caden Kazarowski dragging the puck back into that big A-frame of his, and he tried to lob one toward the front. That was actually deflected, pardon me, and it ends up in the glove of Mooney. So Mooney is beaten once, and Hilbert's beaten once. Each side has tasted their own blood, and we're ready to go for more. Well, speaking of tasting blood there, Max Kness was hammered up high off the face-off, knocked down on his backside. He looks up to the referee nearest him, but no call forthcoming. So Peters Township has to try to hack and whack in the neutral zone to get this puck loose, and they do. Richard Woods shooting it. 2 minutes gone in the second period. PT's tied it up here on home ice. Cutting to the outside, Fulmer, the goal scorer, got the shot away from the right wing, and Hilbert stopped it. Jordan Albert behind the Pine-Richland bench. He's the head coach. Paul Bobko, J.R. Hess, Dylan Hone, and Dylan Trombetta, the listed assistants on the roster. Mana's drive from the blue line didn't get through, hit a leg right in front of him. Now Kimberlin gloves it down. Still some trouble here, and a shot off from Breisinger is patted away by Hilbert. Nolan Hilbert just making his 4th start of the season. Actually, just his 3rd start of the season. He's got a record of 1-1. He did play against Pine-Richland as Peters Township ices this one, so we'll do it again from the face-off dot nearest us. But it was in relief. Kyle Thomas got the start that night. Gave up a few goals, and Rick Tingle went to the backup. And that was Hilbert. Neither goalie acquitted himself terribly well in that game, though, as here's a shot from the right wing. I want to say that was Masucci. Yes, it was, number 86. He's been a revelation. 2 points in his first 2 games after joining following football season. This is offside against Pine-Richland. Stopping play. We didn't see Masucci until a couple of games ago against Seneca Valley, and he quickly picked up an assist in that game. Well, who didn't score in that game? As PT put 9 on the board. Second most goals scored in the past 6 seasons for Peters Township. They got 10 against Butler. Now, really a big chance here in front of the net, and Erlane couldn't hammer it home. Neither could Uchak. But a big scramble. Masucci breaking out for Peters Township. Masucci pokes it around a man. Masucci backhand. And Mooney stopped that and holds on. Doesn't appear it's going to be that type of a free-flowing night for either team. Good competition so far as Martin gets a backhand shot off the face-off that I think hit the outside of the goal. Martin ducking in again, taking this puck. Strong move to his forehand. Clears it out to the point. Here's a shot, save, rebound. Cleared away by the Rams. Bamitz Rider down the boards. Out to the line again. Held there. And Martin gloves down this blocked shot that hopped up into the atmosphere. Now he's crunched against the end wall, and it's sent over the top of the Peters Township defender, Bamitz Rider, and on down for an icing against Pine-Richland. 13:23 to go before the ice cut. Still a 1-1 score. Another point for Cooper Slavin tonight. That gives him 13, moves him into solo 7th in Class AAA. The Peters Township Indians have 4 players in the top 10 of scoring in the league. Pine-Richland's top gun, Erlane, who now has 11 points on the year, 2 goals, 9 assists after picking up a point tonight. He's 12th in AAA. Chance score on the rush! Out of nothing, just a one-on-one situation, and Michael Mangine pops it in from the side of the net on his backhand. 2-1 Rams. Mangine's 5th of the season. Really, it was a turnover. As Ringwald handed it off, he was trying to go back to his defense partner, Alexander, and Hilbert left some room there on the short side, and Mangine found it. The senior connecting at even strength, and it's a 2-1 Pine-Richland advantage. Twice now the visitors have jumped out on top. Bonvenuto Peters it ahead, right to Peters Township, though. Loose at center. Shuffled up ahead, and it's Tomko shooting. That's redirected over the top of the crossbar. In behind the net. Martin colliding with a Ram. To the point now. Ringwald dusted off and shoots. and it's blocked by Fulmer into the corner. Stauffer shovels it behind. Mertens on his backhand. Finds Ringwald again. He shoots one more time through traffic. Comes loose. Stauffer on the backhand in front. Oh, he tried to set up Tomko, but it was deflected away from him at the last second. Now Ringwald stumbles down as Mengine tries to push it on past him and does. Finding Fulmer. Fulmer the cutback move, but defended well by Peters Township. Now Mertens lifting it up ahead, but too far to connect, and it's icing against the home team. 12:15 left in the second. Pine-Richland trying to do what no team has done this year, and that's beat Peters Township at home. Still more than halfway to go in this one, but they've gotten farther than a lot of teams have. Turning drive from the slot by Desjardins. That missed. Desjardins tries to get it back. Snyder now looking to fire it, but had the puck taken away from him. Cassiola, a wrister from the top of the circle that tips off the glove of Mooney and up out of play. Actually, I said Desjardins had the last chance for Pine-Richland. That was Hayden Snyder. So Snyder's been active. He's got a couple of shots away. Here's the 47 on the PT side. Kazarowski putting that one right through the crease. Good mustard on that. Snyder backhands it ahead, but quickly picked off and taken the other way by Woods of Peters Township. The shoot-around ends up right in on goal, and so Mooney hops on top of it. Daniel Mooney, the junior goalie for Pine-Richland, hasn't been beaten at even strength yet tonight. At a 1.92 goals against coming in and a .932 save percentage. Those are sparkling great stats. I always look at save percentage more than goals against average as well, because goals against average is more of a team stat. That depends on how many chances you're giving up a lot of times too. All the goalie can do is try to stop every shot, and so save percentage is what I typically will judge a goalie by. A centering pass there from Ryan Peacock was broken up. So now PT trying to regroup here and push the puck down into the attacking end. Cassiola gets the sharp angle shot off that Mooney saves again. By the way, shots were just 6-3 in favor of Peters Township in the first period. Now they're 10-9 Pine-Richland. Make it 10-10, actually, after that shot from Cassiola. Caleb Kovac to take this draw for the boys in white. He punches it over to the side. Now it comes loose behind the net. Centering pass attempt. Hit the goal frame. Kness relaying to Kovac. That's Caleb Kovac. Kness is in front. Caleb Kovac tried to get it there as he picked up the attempted pass. Now from behind the net, Kness goes to the front of the goal, but he can't take the puck. This is Desjardins for Pine-Richland. He couldn't clear. But here are the Rams now. Uchak tapped it back to Erlane. Erlane burrows behind his net, trying to create some speed, and does, but lost control of the puck. Broken up there legally by Peters Township. Caleb Kovac shoveled it off the wall and held in again. Kovac gets one more crack at it. Man open in the middle. That's Masucci shooting, and Mooney made the save. Sprawling out, gloving it down, and I think Masucci feels like he could have done better with that. He flubbed it a bit, but still got it on goal. A knuckling puck could be tougher to track sometimes for a goalie. And Mooney, either way, was sprawling there to make the stop. You can see that play developing from a mile away. Masucci, Kness, and Caleb Kovac did a fine job in the offensive zone. And then they took the puck away from Erling as he appeared for all the world to be able to get that puck out at least into the neutral zone, but it didn't work for Pine-Richland. Now PT trailing 2-1 to the outside. This is Ben Kovac. Ben lifting it back. Shot from the point was picked off by the Rams. And here they come again. And a partial break chance. Mengine goes across a shot and off the post, I think, from the far side. Tremendous opportunity to make it 3-1, but doesn't work out. From the side of the net, it's Kalpakis. He was the one who shot it. Kalpakis kind of quiet in the last several minutes until then. Kalpakis with 7 goals on the year, reversed the flow of the puck. Now lifted down the boards, but cleared out to the line, not out. Again, Peters Township has to try here. Carson Alexander pivoting and spinning a pass ahead to Martin. Camden Martin on the chip play. He hooks the puck away from Esai Morse. Martin, bank pass, out to Colin Kimberling. Shot toward the front, deflected. A little friendly fire there off of a ram stick and nearly went in the goal. Mooney was looking up over his shoulder, just hoping it didn't go in, with 9 1/4 to go in the second period. Here's a stuff try for Tomko, but that's defended well. Blocked off to the corner by Morse. Bonvenuto couldn't clear, gave it away. Chance in the slot for a one-timer by Kovac. That's Ben Kovac, but that was blocked. And icing against Pine-Richland, as the Rams were content to just survive and get that puck out of their zone. Two-game week next week for Peters Township. As for Pine-Richland, they've got a lot of games to play. As we've been telling you all night, 13 left, counting this one. Still 3 to go after this one before the new year. Peters Township on the attack in the offensive zone. Stauffer stopped it up there, back to the point. It's Kimberling shooting, and that's deflected off a leg. He's calling for the puck again, was Kimberling, but instead it'll stay deep for Ryder Mertens. Mertens swirling out of the corner. The cycle game for Peters Township now. First time we've really seen it tonight. Short-lived, but now canned away. Cooper Slavin, the goal scorer, guided it toward the front, but that's blocked down. Kimberling has to go chase here for Peters Township with 8:22 to go in the second period. Kimberling pinned to the wall. Lost control of the puck, and a shot by Erlane. That missed. Erlane again from point blank, and he couldn't get the shot off, I think, that second time, as it was defended by Kimberling. Kimberling looking for the puck. He's got it in his skates as it was dished his way. Stauffer trying to clear. Could not do it. The Rams are supercharged right now, up 2-1. Trying to make it 3. Stauffer's backhand finds the safety of center, and even better, it's going to connect on here to Tomko. Tomko's got Mertens behind him. Now Stauffer in tow. Stauffer picked it off the wall. Fed it to Mertens again. Mertens into the middle under Tomko's stick. Tomko had 2 shorthanded goals in his previous home game on the same power play. It was something else to see. And, well, one of the real memorable moments in the 6 years I've been doing this, that's for sure. Stauffer on the shoot-in as the two teams exchange possession. Getting close to 7 minutes to go in the second period. 2-1 Pine-Richland. The goal scorer, Michael Mangine, in this second period. Has made it 2-1 on a even-strength rush. Unassisted goal. As he took the turnover and scored himself. Kazarowski dumped at center. Doesn't appear to be a penalty coming up against the Rams here. Puck held at the half wall by Jacob Smiga. Casiola joins to try to help out. 2-on-2 scrum for the puck in the corner. Kazarowski hanging out near the goal, waiting for that to come loose. It does come loose. Bamensrider with a floating shot on net. Moody makes the stop. So coming up for Pine-Richland, Baldwin next Monday, and then at Bethel Park next Thursday, and then another game on Monday, December 20th at Central Catholic. So they'll get to 11 games before the break. And then 9 following, including 4 in January coming up. So yeah, it's about to get really busy for Pine-Richland. But they're playing well. Around the outside here, Ryan Peacock to the front, score! A chance on the doorstep, finished off by Sean Peacock. It's Ryan to Sean, and the Rams have a 3-1 lead. Another rush that didn't look like much, but give Ryan Peacock credit, he just kept chugging along and ended up centering that one to Sean Peacock, and the high finish into the roof of the net makes it a 2-goal lead for the Rams. First time tonight either team's led by 2. 6:21 to go and ticking in the second period. And now the urgency really up for Peters Township, but here are the Rams again in transition. Haven't talked about the Peacocks much tonight. Chance in front again here for Ryan Peacock off the centering play for Mangine, and that stop is made by Hilbert. And nothing further from that. The Rams are keeping the accelerator down for their head coach, Jordan Albert. It's been an impressive performance to this point. Haven't really seen a team bottle up Peters Township like this. There hasn't been that many opportunities, and of course, PT only scored on the power play. Nothing 5-on-5 yet to speak of. I suppose Masucci's chance a few moments ago was their best look during 5-on-5. And give Mooney credit for making that save. Would have tied it 2-2. Mangine to the outside, peeling back. Wanted to feed it to the middle. That hit a skate, though. Rams trying to make something of it, and it drifts right in on goal. Hilbert trying to find it, and he does. Nervous moment there for the PT netminder, but he finds it. So 3-1's your score. Peters Township actually leads in shots 14-13, as they have in every game this season. Faceoff's going to come out to center ice after the high stick on the puck there. That's what happened after the restart. I was trying to figure it out with 5:39 to play in the second. Offensive zone faceoff for Peters Township. They charge in behind the net. It's on this near wing and out to the point. Taken there by Woods, who shot that one down low, but never made it through. To this near side, back out to the line. And Woods again, shooting it in deep. Martin on the puck first. Ben Kovac joins the party, but they cough it up to the drive. And on the break back here, it's Kalpakis trying to make something happen. Kalpakis, who has an assist tonight, and a great chance earlier in the second period. Didn't work for him there. Rams rev it up again with under 5 to play in the period. Loose puck at center, scooped up by Erlane. Got around Woods, but broken up and taken off his stick. Martin goes near wing with that one. This is taken on the move by William Tomko, the freshman. One of the top scorers for Peters Township. Tomko down to an E. Fended off, and Morris takes the puck. Drives it to the far wing. Held there at the point briefly by McKenna, and out with it come the Rams one more time. To the outside, backhand chance! Goes right through the crease from Uchak. What a look there. The Rams are killing Peters Township off the rush right now. Wrist shot from 45 feet, that's blockered away by Mooney. And again, the Rams have the puck. It's an inauspicious beginning to this game for the Rams. They iced the puck over and over again. They had double-digit icings in the first period, but since then they look great. Breaking the puck out and getting it up ice with possession. Spear couldn't get it through the forward-checking Cooper Slavin. Now Mertens hops on the puck. Mertens with the puck in his feet. He's checked off it, but here's Slavin jumping to it. High shot goes over the crossbar from that right side. Looks like a penalty coming up here. Wrister from Alexander. That was rejected and touched up by Snyder, but that'll send Pine-Richland shorthanded for the second time tonight. Each side has a power play goal. And this the second opportunity for PT. Don't want to say they need one right now, but with elbowing the call here against the Rams, and I think it was Zachary Howard. No, he's actually going out onto the ice. Didn't catch the number as of right now. No, it's Alex Erlane. He's in the box. Again, thank you, Scoreboard Cam, for that. Erlane off for elbowing. It's a 2-minute penalty. And Peters Township and Martin wanted to drag that one to the front, but he was rejected there at the point of attack. Ringwald poking it down the wall. And it's into the possession of Tomko. Goes cross rink here. Alexander's shot. Had saved Mooney. Big rebound, but cleared quickly by the Rams. As I was saying, I don't want to say this is a must-get situation here for Peters Township, but a real opening to get back into this one in a period in which Pine-Richland has had the better of the chances by far. On the drop pass, Ringwald pushed it by the forechecker Ryan Peacock. Down low, Tomko shot it, and Mooney squeezes it and holds it. I thought Tomko had some room there. I think he did. But he just couldn't find the range from the bottom edge of the left circle. Ben Kovac has 3 power play goals for Peters Township. and then a host of others have one. Actually, Camden Martin has two. Kobe Ringwald has one as Ringwald has the puck. Now he hands it off here after the face-off win. Alexander has a couple of power play assists. He tees this up and goes cross-rink to Tomko. Tomko's got a power play goal and 4 assists on the advantage. He exchanges places with Ben Kovac. Tomko spins it cross-rink. On the money for Alexander. His shot, glove down by Mooney. No traffic in front. Martin tried to tip it, but couldn't get it. 52 seconds to go on the elbowing penalty to Alex Erlane of Pine-Richland. It's a 3-1 Rams lead. 2 goals in the second period for the visiting team. One of the finest efforts I've seen this season from a team coming in here, no doubt about it. If they win, it will be the finest effort. Cross-rink from Slavin, off for Merton, score! It's 3-2, and PT is 2 for 2 on the power play tonight. Another face-off win from Slavin. Right on back to Alexander, then Slavin hit Mertens on the backside, and he had a half-open net, and he buried it up top. Good pass, good shot, great goal. For Mertens, the junior, his 4th of the season, and his 1st on the power play. So Peters Township has a response in a game that has gone back and forth. It was 1-0 Pine-Richland, then it was 1-1 after 1. 2 consecutive goals for the Rams, and now 1 back for Peters Township, with 2 minutes to play in the second period before the Zamboni comes out, and each team takes a breather in its respective locker room. To the near wing, and forced up the boards by Snyder of Pine-Richland. So will there be an adrenaline rush here for Peters Township? I guess we'll find out in the coming moments. Mana couldn't get it past the forechecker. Kazarowski tried to put it in front of the net and did. And Mooney made a save. Puck still loose in the crease. And the whistle sounds. Caden Kazarowski on the spot to take that turnover and nearly generated the 3rd Peters Township goal. Under 100 seconds to play in the second period. It's a 3-2 game. The faceoff coming from the right side. Kazarowski will take it against Erlane. Erlane wins it for Pine-Richland. Just cleared past the reach of Smiga. And Uchak helps it out the center for Pine-Richland. Erlane couldn't get it past the first line of defense in the neutral zone, but it's Jordan Spear, the defenseman, backhanding it into the offensive zone. Spear bouncing right to the front. One-timer gotten off by Uchak, and that's stopped by Hilbert. Uchak on a bouncing puck in front. Usually you're just praying that you catch it clean, but he did. Put it right along the ice. And Hilbert made the save. Erlane to take the draw. Again. And again he wins it, but the Rams can't make anything of it. 1 minute to go in the second period. The puck is chipped behind Esai Morris. He's forced to chase there with Caleb Kovac right there in his grill. But Morris makes a fine play up the boards, and Pine-Richland clears. To the far side now. Cross-rink pass, a good one there, finds Masucci. He hooks up with Kness. Kness shoots against the grain, but missed it by a foot. 40 seconds to go in the second. PT is specialized in late period goals here at home. They can do it again. They'll tie this game up. Turnover at the line. Kness made it happen. Now Kness wants a one-time pass in front, looking for Masucci, but it didn't get through. Caleb Kovac with under a half minute to play in the period. Out to the line, redirected over the net. Masucci spun one to the front. This is Caleb Kovac with 15 seconds. Kovac defended by Morse. To the face-off dot. Kness couldn't put it on goal. And the Rams drag it out to center ice. And here's a chance. Erlane's going to be coming right in on goal, and a backhand. Save made by Hilbert, and a clutch one to keep it 3-2 going into the third period as the buzzer sounds. A broken play. Erlane was in alone. I'm not sure he actually got a great shot off on the backhand side. But Hilbert held the fort, as his teammates look to him to bail them out, and he sure did there. And that's what they talk about when they talk about not needing to stop every shot, but stop the big ones. It's hard to tell sometimes what the big ones are, but in that case, I think we can put a circle around that save for Nolan Hilbert. Okay, so we'll go to the third period. Should be a fantastic conclusion tonight at Printscape Arena in South Point. This is Matt Gajtka on the call on PetersHockey.tv. We'll talk to you after this break for the conclusion of this one. Stay with us. Kalpak is getting the goal, and now Peters Township trying to jam one in, and the whistle sounds to the benefit of Daniel Mooney and the Pine-Richland Rams. Sorry for the lack of sound for the first couple of minutes of this period. Had an issue with my connection. And hey, it doesn't always work, but it works a vast majority of the time. It's been a pleasure to bring you these games from location up here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, as we roll on with Peters Township Hockey on PetersHockey.tv, brought to you by Todd Kazarowski and crew on site. Wrist shot from the far side by Martin. That's handled easily by Mooney, and he holds for the whistle. So now the mountain just got taller for Peters Township after the brilliant goal from Carson Kalpakis. Hope you saw it, even though I called it, but I did not actually call it, as it turns out. I was talking, but it didn't get across on the broadcast. Either way, you saw it there. Hey, it's video too, so you could watch it yourselves. And like I was saying to nobody, as it turned out, I thought Kalpakis tucked that in himself. It wasn't off a leg or a body, and it sure was. What a goal it was. First of all, the toe drag to get the puck away from the Peters Township defenders, and then to have the reach and the dexterity to slam it on the far side on the wraparound, backhand wraparound to boot. Another shot into the glove of Mooney, and another whistle coming up, forcing a face-off in the offensive zone for Peters Township. Peters Township is not lost on home ice this season. It's going to be a challenge now to keep that record alive. 11 games played. They're 5-0 at home, 2-3-1 on the road. And when they've won at home, for the most part, it has been by wide margins, and it's been with a lot of goals scored on the board. So 2 is actually a meager output for them, at least to this point. Still a ways to go, though. Plenty of third period left. Smiga bumped down to the ice. Play rolls on. And no, won't. Interference is the call. I thought that was a legal check, but apparently it was too long after Smiga let go of the puck. So Peters Township the beneficiary of that call, and they'll go on the power play for the third time tonight. They're 2 for 2 on the advantage, mind you. So here we go. Cooper Slavin to take this draw. He has a power play goal here tonight. Off the draw. A tangle up there on the far side, but Peters Township comes down with it. To the line, Kobe Ringwald. Call him the quarterback of this power play, and I wouldn't argue with you. To the far side of the ice, Stauffer. Now back in behind the goal. Mertens takes it at the left circle. Handing it off, and Ringwald has the puck go right under his stick. He has to chase it out to center ice. 3.5 minutes gone, and now turnover. Erlane shooting, and that goes wide of the net. Shorthanded chance for the Rams. That would really cap this one off if they could get one there. And of course, everyone else thinking just defend, but Erlane had an opportunity to turn up the offense down a man. Kimberling trying to hunt this puck. Erlane backhands it off his glove. Rams can't clear, though. And it's Mertens who scored a power play goal in the second period to make it 3-2. It's now 4-2, Pine-Richland. The Rams have never trailed tonight. Stauffer, number 38 for PT. To the point, Alexander wristing, and that was deflected in the slot, I think, by William Tomko. Mertens pivoting away from pressure. Connects on to Kimberling, right back to Mertens. Wanted to go cross-rink, that's off a Ram stick. Kimberling's got to poke it away from Ryan Peacock, who had a gorgeous assist in the second period. Loose puck and cleared by Pine-Richland. 28 seconds to go on the penalty to Zachary Howard of the Rams for interference. One that the Rams bench had a great deal of umbrage taken against it. Tomko cruising in to the outside. Still Tomko, left it behind. Down to 7 seconds to go on the power play. Looks like Pine-Richland's going to kill this one off, and they do flush it to center ice. Michael Mengine, one of the goal scorers tonight, did the dirty work, and this is offside against Peters Township as we return to 5-on-5 play. This is Matt Gajtka on the call. Thank you for joining us. berghockey.com and petershockey.tv. That's our simulcast locations for the evening. That's been the case all season long as we try to increase the reach of this production. Tomko leaning in and prying the puck away from William Fulmer of Pine-Richland. Martin tried to go back to him. It's loose in the slot and poked to safety by the Rams. On the near side, Mengine ran over a man, left it for Kalpakis, back to Mengine in the middle, score! Another beauty of a goal for Pine-Richland, this time off the rush. Mengine to Kalpakis, back to Mengine. That's his second goal of the night. And PR has a 3-goal lead for the first time. How about that pass from Kalpakis? And Mengine got a little break there as he wanted to shoot it initially. It was blocked, but it came right back to him, and he finished it off. And it's a big hole now for Peters Township. In fact, the biggest deficit they've faced at home this season. They've had a couple of comebacks, but not from 3 down to earn any kind of result. It's going to take all they have to come back against a Pine-Richland team that's been really locked in from, I'd say, about the middle portion of the first period. There were a whole bunch of icings early on. Pine-Richland struggled to get its rhythm going, but after that, it's been as good as I've seen this year from a AAA team. Another transition play. Snyder shooting. That's off the body of Hilbert and hops free for Peters Township to take back on the counterattack. To the near side, Masucci couldn't hop on that one. This will be Caleb Kovac out by the line. To Masucci, backhanding it deep. Cleared around by Mana of Pine-Richland. And this finds the stick of Daniel Muldoon. Slings it up into the offensive zone. Peacock's there for Pine-Richland, but lost control of the puck. Good checking. And Masucci will stretch out for Peters Township. Masucci looking to the middle there for Caleb Kovac, but the pass away from him. Kovac hacking at it, but couldn't get it past a Ram right there in his face. That was Erlane taking a shot, and that missed the goal. 10 minutes to go. Pine-Richland by 3. Trying to become the first team to beat Peters Township here this season. Mana looks up ice. Connects over on far wing. Actually went right through the stick of one of the Ram forwards. Uchak pops it loose, but right to Peters Township's Caden Kazarowski. Kazarowski's dump and chase game. 1-on-3 for a moment, but now he gets the cavalry to join him. Smiga shoves it along behind the net, but broken up. And again, the Rams clear. Woods peeling back. Good pass across. He's gone D-to-D a couple of times to relieve pressure tonight effectively. Put a star by him in your book. Keeping track of such things, as coaches usually are. Kazarowski handed it over. 9 1/4 to go in the third period. Erlane pulls up. Erlane's got Peacock. That's Ryan Peacock in the middle, but tapped off his stick. Erlane working there against Woods. Woods jars him off the puck. Morse down the wall for Pine-Richland. Shot it deep. Wide of the net. Bounces over to the far side and cleared. Cassiola's going to try to catch up to this puck before the icing line. He does get there with Smiga in tow. Cassiola and Smiga. And the battle for it. Mertens to the point. Ringwald shot, and I think that was blocked in front. I'm not sure that ever got through. Kobe Ringwald. A little quiet tonight. Hasn't had a chance so much on the power play to do a ton, even though PT's gone 2 for 3. It's been more about down-low play on those conversions. This shot's off the glove of Nolan Hilbert of Peters Township and lifted out to center ice again. 8:17 to go. Pine-Richland happy to have some free-flowing action now as they're protecting a 3-goal lead, pardon me. Pine-Richland has led 1-0, 3-1. Now they've stretched it out to 5-2. PT has not caught up since falling behind 3-1 in that second period of play. Mengine bidding for the hat trick now. He had a couple of goals against Peters Township on opening night when Pine-Richland won 8-1 at home. Well, now they've put 13 total on the board against Peters Township this year. Tough matchup for the Tribe, at least so far. Looks to be the case. Rams trying to sweep the season series. This is Ringwald getting in deep with it. Trying to find Stoffer, pardon me, but that shot was rejected. Slavin unable to harass the Rams into a turnover. And here come the visitors again. To the outside, a wrist shot from Fulmer, and Hilbert fended that off with his body. Ben Kovac powering down the right side. Kovac, 8 goals on the year, trying to make something happen, but he's dispossessed. And I don't believe a penalty is coming up on that, even though he went down hard behind the goal. 7 minutes and ticking to go in the third period. This is Kovac out of the corner. Kovac shot it toward the front of the net. Kovac got it back, and the deflected shot goes over the top of the net. Tomko on it first in the corner. He's holding and waiting and fed it behind himself, looking for Martin, who eventually catches up to it out by the blue line. Martin after the carom. Found Ben Kovac in the corner. Kovac trying to come out of the corner with it. Off the Martin near side. Martin centering pass broken up. Now handed away behind the net to Fulmer. Cracks it around the boards and out it goes. 6 to play in the third period. 2 goals on the board in this frame, both to Pine-Richland, leading to a 5-2 lead. Martin gave it back, but couldn't get it back on the give-and-go attempt. Indians bottle up the Rams here. From behind his net, Joshua Spear gets a lot on this one to force it all the way down. Right on goal, in fact. Hilbert plays it. What is this call? Whistle did sound, apparently, but the play is going to come back into the Peters Township end, it appears. So it'll be an offensive zone draw for Pine-Richland. 1 cleanly, but 2 cleanly. It skitters out to center ice. Now on the take back, it's Peters Township leaving it there for a chance for Caleb Kovac, and he's denied by Mooney, his best save of the third period. Point blank chance. That was the one that PT needed to go, you'd figure. But we play on. Alexander on the puck retrieval. Carson Alexander lost control of it to Gabriel Uchak. He feeds into the near corner. That's where Thomas Desjardins hops on, but he lost control. This will be a penalty coming up against Pine-Richland. Looks like a hook or some sort of a stick foul behind the net. Hilbert sprinting to the bench to try to get the extra attacker on, but he won't be able to get there. With 4:53 left before the end of regulation, Peters Township will get a 4th power play and a lifeline to at least try to make this one interesting in the final minutes. Not that it hasn't been interesting tonight, but you know what I mean. Pine-Richland, hey, I warned you coming in. They have one of the best points percentages in the league. 5 wins out of 7 games for a 714 points gain percentage. That was ahead of Peters Township, even though PT has a 5-point lead in the total points portion of the standings. It's just that Pine-Richland hadn't played that many games. This is just their 8th contest. It's the 12th for Peters Township. A chance from the outside for Alexander. He was stopped, and then the rebound was stopped too by Mooney. Daniel Mooney. I also said he was going to be a tough nut to crack tonight, and he has been. Just 2 power play goals. That's it for Peters Township on home ice. Cooper Slavin won it straight back. Alexander goes to Ringwald. The 2 defenders. Ringwald forced to nudge it down the boards to Slavin. Back out to Ringwald. Lines one up and shoots. That's redirected high and wide. 4.5 to go in the game. 1:30 left on the power play for Peters Township. They've converted twice. They desperately need another conversion here, though. Kalpakis pulling up. Big 86 in green. Just killed some time. That's all he wanted to do. And Pine-Richland has killed off the first 45 seconds of this power play. Galloping down the wall, Mertens. Ryder Mertens ridden off the puck by Morris. That's going to be another penalty, actually. Another penalty against the Rams. It'll be a 5-on-3. Okay, it gets more intriguing here with 3:54 remaining in the third. And now I wonder if we'll see a timeout taken by Rick Tingle and his tribe. The penalty is against Morse, who wears a letter for this Rams team, but he'll have to watch from the bench, from the penalty bench, rather. 2 minutes on the board by his number. Still 1:01 remaining on the penalty to Gabriel Uchak. No timeout taken. Uchak, by the way, his penalty was hooking. Face-off one, Woods, a big slap shot, and that's stopped by Mooney. Just a 30-footer. He crept into the forward tees and teed off, but couldn't force it by the goaltender. And a big 200-foot clear for the Rams. Tomko, plenty of space on the 5-on-3. He'll set up shop down the left wing. William Tomko cruises behind the net. Off to Kimberling. Now to the point. Kimberling gets this one back from Alexander to the front of the net. Open goal, and Peters Township couldn't find that puck. 23 seconds remaining on the two-man advantage. Alexander down low, gets it right back. Alexander shot one, deflected on the save, and over to Kovac's corner. Ben Kovac to Kimberling, bouncing puck. Right back to Ben Kovac. He's open there. It goes cross-rink instead. Tomko wants to set it up on the far side. Back to Kovac. In front, Martin. Maybe one too many passes there for Peters Township. The first penalty is over. It's a 5-on-4. To this near side. Backdoor play. Kovac. And he's stopped by Mooney. Puck deflects over to the point. Kimberling. Looked like that was going to be a tap-in for Ben Kovac on the back door, but not to be. 45 seconds to go on this fifth power play for Peters Township. Missed shot, and it caroms off the corner boards and out into the neutral ice area. Tomko makes a quick pass, though, finding Alexander. Carson Alexander steps on the brakes in the corner. Fidgeting one out there to Tomko. Right back to Alexander. He's open in the circle. He shoots, save, rebound, score! Peters Township's not dead. It's 5-3 on the rebound goal in front. They're 3 for 5 on the power play, and that's kept them alive so far against a tough Rams team, still in position, but now just up 2 with 2 and change to go in the third period. Looks like that was Stauffer, Chase Stauffer, shoveling it home from the top of the crease. So PT does get a goal. It wasn't the pretty one they were looking to set up. Like I said, I think they got a little too pass happy on the 5-on-3, but they score on the 5-on-4 on a pretty basic rebound deposit. And we will watch down to our left to see if Nolan Hilbert comes off for an extra attacker anytime soon. He's going to have to come pretty soon because there are less than 2 minutes to play. Mertens. Look at that pull-up move. Darting in and out of traffic, Ryder Mertens. Through a couple of Rams. Trying to go all the way, but lost control. Puck ends up in the corner, though. 1:36 to play in the third period. Jammed around and out by the Rams. It's an empty net down to our left. Peters Township trailing by 2. Trying to keep their comeback hope alive. This pass, though, off the stick of Mertens. A backhand chance toward the net, toward the direction of the net, at least, for Pine-Richland, but that was blocked by Kimberling. Now comes Tomko. Cruising in, handing off, wrist shot goes wide, maybe off the body of Mooney, in front of the goal, and a score! On the rebound, Caleb Kovac. His first of the year, and it's 5-4 with 1:05 left. This one's not over. So the power play goal gives Peters Township life. It was Stauffer. And now it's Caleb Kovac, the senior, with his first varsity tally. And what a time for it. Extra attacker goal after the power play goal. 5-4. PT won't go away. Still no timeout taken by either coach. And it'll be dropped at center ice, and Cooper Slavin chasing straight ahead. Couldn't get it. Nolan Hilbert is in goal for Peters Township, as you see. on the left side of your device screen. 53 seconds to play in the third period. So Rick Tingle playing it safe off the center ice draw. Ringwald makes a little bank play, and PT relieves the pressure. Now they're able to get Hilbert off the ice for the extra attacker again. Trying to get another extra attacker goal. Wouldn't that be something? Down to a half minute, though. Tomko unable to keep it alive. Held in, though, near the point. But it's shoveled by Caleb Kovac. PT's got to rev it up again. Peters Township trying to avoid its first loss at home this season. Ringwald giving it on far side. Here's a shot that ends up deflecting out of play. Face-off coming up in the offensive zone. 15.2 seconds remaining. And we will see that timeout now. Game reset. Pine-Richland had the only goal, or pardon me, the first goal of this game. Josh Fulmer scored on the power play. Then Cooper Slavin netted one on the power play on his own for Peters Township. It was 1-1. Pine-Richland back-to-back goals at even strength from Michael Mengine and Sean Peacock. Ryder Mertens scored a power play goal before the end of the second period to make it 3-2. Consecutive goals again from Kalpakis this time and Mengine. Early in the third period, Kalpakis got an assist on the Mengine goal, so that's 3 points on the night for Carson Kalpakis. But then Chase Stauffer on the power play for Peters Township with 3:17 left in the game. And with 1:05 left in the third period, Caleb Kovac deposited a goal off a scramble in front. Colin Kimberling got the lone assist on that one, by the way. For my count, 8, make it 9 Peters Township players with a point tonight, as once again they have gotten past the 4-point barrier. They're averaging 4 per game this season, 4.5 in fact. It's going to take 5 to force overtime. Ryder Mertens gets the call on the key draw, and they tie it up there. Fulmer and he do, and the Rams win and send it down the ice, but wide of the goal, icing the call. And Peters Township gets a second chance in the O-zone. Just under 10 seconds remaining. It's coming down to it. I thought it was going to be a good one, and it has ended up being every bit that. Mertens will draw it again against Josh Fulmer from the left circle. Mertens won it cleanly. Right back, point shot. It didn't get through. Chance to center in front of the net, and it hops over a stick. Out to the line. Alexander shot it. That was blocked. One more try, and it doesn't get through. The Rams win. They survive. Pine-Richland 5, Peters Township 4. For the first time this season, the Tribe has lost on home ice here in South Point. Incredible effort from Pine-Richland. They led the whole way, basically, did the Rams, and they kept up the level, and they absorbed a late rally from Peters Township. Some of the Indians tapping their goaltender, Nolan Hilbert, the junior, on the pads. Certainly not a lot he could do on a couple of those goals, as Pine-Richland showed off its talent. Like I mentioned, Kalpakis with 3 points, Michael Mengine with a couple of goals. It was a pretty comprehensive effort by Pine-Richland, and I think a really good goaltending performance by Daniel Mooney, even though he ends up giving up 4. Not going to look great on the stat sheet, but he did not give up a softie tonight. When typically in games like these, when they're close, it can be goaltending that makes the difference. I don't think it did tonight, though. I think we saw the skaters decide it, and on a night in which Pine-Richland skates in here and gets the victory, got to say the Rams skaters were just a little bit better than Peters Township. Your final again, 5-4. Peters Township falls to 7-4-1, and Pine-Richland improves to 6-2. Our next broadcast here on PetersHockey.tv and BergHockey.com will be next Tuesday. I'll be back on the call once again as PT welcomes Erie Cathedral Prep to South Point. Pine-Richland, meanwhile, still has 3 to go before the break. They will take on Baldwin next Monday in their following action. So we'll track them as Pine-Richland has swept the season series against Peters Township. Not many teams have been able to say that over the past several years. There's a big feather in the Rams' cap as they head back north on I-79 tonight. One last time, this is Matt Gajtka saying good night from Michigan. Thanks again to Todd Kazarowski and crew on site, and Brian Mitchell and Alan Saunders of Pittsburgh Hockey Digest for providing us the extra platform for the broadcast. And thank you for watching and following along. We'll have more PIHL hockey for you next Tuesday. Another 7 o'clock face-off, Peters Township versus Cathedral Prep. Talk to you then.